Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Hello and welcome to Through the Keyhole, the show that addresses the addresses of well-known personalities. As always, we've borrowed the keys to two fascinating homes belonging to two well-known personalities. And with the help of the sainted Loyd Grossman, for it is he, we'll be taking a privileged peep behind closed doors. But the question is, whose? Well, to try and answer that question, we have our panel. And what a panel they are. Three people who have made the biggest impact since the captain of the Titanic said, "Which way is starboard?" That's for naval viewers, of course. Our first panelist is one of our favourite presenters. Indeed, she's so devoted to broadcasting on radio that even her hair has a medium wave. It's lovely, isn't it? She's a regular on Countdown. Clearly our favourite 9-letter word is Hunniford. Gloria Hunniford.
Thank you.
Our second panellist manages to combine a packed broadcasting schedule with advertising a well-known brand of dog food. He says, "I couldn't say no. Not only did I get a sizable fee, but a nice shiny coat and a wet nose as well." We've collared the almost puppyish Paul Ross.
Oh, yeah.
Our third panellist's acting ability wasn't immediately recognised. When her drama teacher said, "We're casting for Romeo and Juliet," she said, "What would you like me to play?" And her teacher said, "Truant." Seriously, though, she's doing a grand job. It's Toyah Willcox. Right now, let me take you into my confidence about this game. With the help of the magic keys, we'll be taking a careful look inside two fascinating homes. And that should tell us something, maybe quite a bit, about the person or persons who live there. All our friends here have got to do is try and work out who that is. And I would back them to do frightfully well. So let's join Loyd right now at home number 1. And watch closely, because remember, the clues are there as we go through the keyhole.
This sitting room is full of paradoxes, and it makes me feel that whoever lives here is someone with a very multifaceted personality. When you first look at this room, it seems very clean and bright and modern, almost Spartan. And then you look around at many of the objects in it, and you realize that even though the person who lives here is a very modern sort, they nonetheless have a great feeling for the past. They're very nostalgic. So, for example, they avidly collect old-fashioned wireless sets. There are many of them on the shelves here. And they long to get back to the glamorous days of the 1930s automobile. They even have an affection for those far-off years when the Rubik Cube was popular. That's the 1980s. Now, maybe the wireless sets also indicate that music is very important to whoever lives here. They have a very up-to-date boom box and loads of CDs, and they're reading plenty about music as well. Here's a magazine about sound equipment, there's a Music Week directory, and Musician Magazine, which only gets sent to members of the Musicians Union. Now, their books are quite an interesting jumble as well, because in amongst the books about antiques and decorating and tourism, there are plenty of showbiz books. There are biographies, for example, of Boy George and Shirley Bassey. One thing that this person is certain of, though, is their roots, and those roots are up in the north. This part of the hall has been converted into a sort of workstation and home office, and you can see there's all the latest up-to-the-minute technology. Of course, some of it is not strictly for business. It's awfully pretty to look at, though. Here we've got more reading about music, and of course it's a professional journal again. It's Music Week, which is the trade publication. Now, whoever lives here is visually very literate. They love films and television. They've got a huge collection of videos in all different genres. Lots of children's videos, high-tech thrillers, plenty of comedy, and a lot of pop music, including some that must be rare items now, like the very first Now. That's what I call music. As we saw in the sitting room, the person who lives here comes from the north, but they have embraced life in London with a tremendous enthusiasm. Behind me on the wall is a beautiful old view of London looking up the Thames, and there's a colourful illustrated street map of London too. In fact, whoever lives here really, really loves cities. They can't get enough of them. They're especially fond of New York. It's a charming picture of the top of the Chrysler Building there. This person is definitely always on the go, probably spends more time in airports and hotel rooms than anywhere else. They've got 2 of those big suitcases with built-in wheels to prove that they're battle-hardened travelers. Now, whoever lives here is also very concerned about their appearance, so there's lots of makeup. And they like very, very bright colors. So this person always likes to make a splash and likes to be the center of attention. Let's look at the evidence. The Music Man. A love of the 80s. A bit of slap. Who lives in a house like this? David, it's over to you.
Well, thank you very much indeed, Lloyd. And now for our home and studio audience, but not for our panel. He is whose house it is. Gloria.
Despite all the slap, I actually don't think it's a girl putting on makeup and so on. I guess it's a guy who likes a bit of makeup. And I think that maybe the Rubik's Cube was Lloyd's very good clue. So is it someone actually from the 80s who was successful in the 80s? A composer as opposed to very much an upfront person, I mean a performer and a composer.
I don't know how many of the songs he composed. I think one thinks of him most of all as a performer.
Toyah.
Paul Ross, for it is he.
Well, I mean, the northern thing's kind of nagging away at me, but also I was intrigued, just as a little throwaway, there were lots of videos for children in the video, so not just for children, but great kids videos, although there wasn't any evidence of any children around. So would it have been somebody who, maybe not as an actor, but had somehow been involved in any way with a children's film, had sung a theme song or something? Or...
Is this a musician that not only has a career in England, but will probably tour Europe, especially Germany, a lot?
You clever girl. How did you get that?
Well, when I was performing a lot in the 80s, a lot of the artists would be on the same plane or the same bus or the same ferry. And if you were having a successful career in England, you could guarantee you were having a successful career in Germany at the time.
Oh, really?
And I think I know who it is, just by the style of the wig.
The style of the wig, yes.
I think it's Limahl.
You are right. From Kajagoogly. It's Limahl when you come through the Keyhole.
Well done. Well done.
Now, this is your real hair or a reproduction of your real hair in the... What is it? It's great, and thank you for bringing it.
And did you knit it yourself?
It's my imaginary real hair.
Right, your imaginary real hair.
Yeah.
Similar to what your real hair was in the early 80s.
Absolutely the same. At great expense brought to you.
Fantastic. And when it was actually your real hair, I mean, was it hell to look after?
It was very easy, actually, as Toyah will know. If you bleach your hair, it just goes like that. And you just turn upside down, you just go, wah, 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 wah. And it's fabulous.
Oh, well, that explains a lot.
You see, in fact,
You should try it sometime.
Yeah, I will.
You see,
Now, I
Limahl-
did my silly hairstyle in the 60s.
See, Limahl, I feel I was almost right for the wrong reasons, because I was thinking maybe Chesney Hawkes, who was in Buddy's song, but you did have a hit for The Never-Ending Story.
And I was behind the screen going, he's right,
But
he's
it was
right.
the different film I was thinking of, because
Yeah.
you turn around.
So you were very close,
Yeah,
actually.
we thought that was a very good clue.
Bonus points to Paul.
Absolutely. Now, the northern thing that Paul was talking about obviously comes from your whole upbringing was in Wigan, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
Yeah. And that was tough, wasn't it? I mean, not much spare money, lots of crowded together in the house and so on.
I mean, you know, if you want to get into the entertainment business and you live in a small town, you know, nobody really embraces it. All my family were in the mines, and I was the different kid at school, and they didn't like me for that, so it was tough. And hence, as soon as I left school, got my first wage, I was off. You know,
You left school in an unusual way, didn't you? I mean, what I mean is your biography says you were expelled. Rather.
Not so unusual for some people.
My mum and dad say that the head teacher asked them to take me away. So I wasn't actually expelled as such, but I mean, it was very close.
You were, in the words people use, let go. The school let you go and go to a new future in London.
Bad boy. No, this was all in Wigan. This was all in Wigan.
And when did you go to the bright lights of London?
I arrived in London at 18.
And how long before Kajagoogoo was formed? I mean, how quick was the progress?
Well, this is one of those, you know, the overnight success that was perceived by the public of Kajagoogoo was, you know, couldn't be further from the truth. It was about 5 years in the making. I was in 3 other groups. I'd also traded the boards in theatre, Pantomime, Joseph, Godspell, Murder at the Vicarage, and stuff like that. So when Kajagoogoo finally happened, I'd been performing for 18, 25 years.
So you'd done your time, as it were.
It was a good apprenticeship, I thought.
And then...
And now it's happening all over again.
And now, hopefully, it's coming back, eh?
Yes, let's hope so.
Well, here's a good luck token. It's
Thank you.
Through the Keyhole key. It's our way of saying, Limahl, thanks a million for being with us.
Thank you.
Our huge thanks to Limahl. Limahl, well, I wonder who's next. Whoever it is, they won't be able to match the hairstyle. So let's anyway join Loyd right now at house number 2 as we go through the Keyhole.